Hi, I'm JD, and what we're going to be doing today is determining whether or not these two lines are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. So if you would, pause the video. First, I guess, let me read it. The two lines are 2x minus 3y equals 5, and the second linear equation is 3x plus 2y equals 8. So pause the video and see if you can try this one on your own. Alright, so basic strategy for this type of problem is first get them into slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b, where m is your slope and b is your y-intercept. Because once you get in that form, if the slopes are the same, right? If the m's are the same, then they're parallel. If the slopes are negative reciprocals of each other, or when you multiply the two slopes, you get -1, then it's perpendicular. If it doesn't fall into those two categories, then it's neither. So it's best to do that. So I'm going to take each one, and I'm going to isolate each one. So I have 2x minus 3y equals 5. And then over here, I'm going to put 3x plus 2y equals 8. So for each one, I'm going to solve for y. Because once I do that, once I solve for y and simplify it, it's automatically going to be in this form, in slope-intercept form. So first I have to do the opposite. The opposite of positive 2x is negative 2x. So I have to subtract both sides by 2x. So this cancels. So I'm left with negative 3y equals 5 minus 2x, or I can say negative 2x plus 5. Then divide everything by the -3 because you're multiplying here, so you do the opposite. So you divide each of those by a -3. That cancels. This is going to simplify. It's a negative over a negative, so it's positive. So it's a positive 2/3 x, and I can either say plus negative or just simply minus 5/3. So that's the first one in slope-intercept form. Now let me do the same thing over here. So I'm going to subtract both sides by 3x. That cancels. That leaves me with 2y equals negative 3x plus 8. Now here it's 2 times y. Whenever a number is right next to a variable, it implies multiplication. So you do the opposite, which is division, and divide everything by 2. And the reason for that is distributive property. That cancels, so that leaves you with y equals negative 3/2 x plus, and then 8/2 is 4. So I look at both of these. Notice if I was to just change the signs and flip it, if I flip this, it's 3/2, and change the sign from positive to negative, then I get the slope. Also, if I was to multiply these 2/3 times a negative 3/2, the 3 and the 2's cancel out, and that leaves me with 1 times -1, which is -1. So that tells me that these would be perpendicular. That they intersect at a 90-degree angle. And that's it.